Guess who's back? Back again. I'm back. Oh, back for another exciting day of GameStop action. I guess they finally announced the pricing of the private offering. It's at the conversion rate's at 29.85. So basically the high of the earnings, which I don't know if that's I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I don't really think that's a good thing. Like from my perspective, I feel like that's the market showing that GameStop is overvalued personally, but whatever. We'll see what happens, I guess. We're already fucked. My worst nightmare came true. They announced the Bitcoin and we're stuck in it now. So, I guess we're stuck seeing what happens. Pretty exciting stuff. I'm very excited about it. The stock market hates crypto, in case you didn't know that. It absolutely hates crypto. What's up, Matt Romano? What's up, Hugh G? Pretty fun stuff. So yeah, they announced this. I'll read it, I guess. I already read it, but GameStop announces pricing of private offering of 1.3 billion of senior notes. GameStop today announces the pricing of 1.3 billion aggregate principal amount of 0% convertible senior notes due 2030. The notes in private offering to persons reasonably believed to be qualified institutional buyers pursuant to Rule 144A under the Securities Act of 1933. As amended, GameStop also granted the initial purchaser of notes an option to purchase within a 13-day period beginning on and including on the date on which the notes are first issued, up to an additional 200 million. With that aggregate principal amount of notes, the sale of the notes is expected to close on April 1st, 2025, subject to customary closing conditions. The notes will be general unsecured obligations of GameStop, will not bear regular interest, and the principal amount of notes will not accrete. The notes will mature on April 1st, 2030, unless earlier converted, redeemed, or repurchased. GameStop estimates that the net proceeds from the offering will be approximately 1.28 billion or approximately 1.48 billion if the initial purchaser exercises its options to purchase additional notes. After deducting the initial purchaser's discount and commissions and estimated offering expenses payable by GameStop, GameStop expects to use the net proceeds from the offering for general corporate purposes, including the acquisition of Bitcoin in a manner consistent with GameStop's investment policy. For January 1st, 2030, holders will have the right to convert their notes only upon the satisfaction of specified conditions and during certain periods. On or after January 1st, 2030, till the close of a business on the scheduled trading day, immediately preceding the maturity date, holders may convert all or any portion of their notes on any time. Upon conversion, GameStop will pay or deliver, as the case may be, cash shares of GameStop Class A common stock, par value 0.001 per share, or a combination of cash and shares at its election. Conversion rate for the notes will initially be 33.497 shares per 1,000 principal amount of such notes, equivalent to an initial conversion price of approximately $29.85 per share of Class A common stock. The initial conversion price of the notes represents a premium of approximately 37.5% over the U.S. composite volume weighted average price of Class A common stock from 1 p.m. through 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on the New York Stock Exchange, March 27, 2025. Conversion rate will be subject to adjustment in some events, but will not be adjusted for any accrued and unpaid special interest. In addition, following certain corporate events that occur prior to the maturity date of the notes, or if GameStop delivers a notice of redemption in respect to those notes, GameStop will, in certain circumstances, increase the conversion rate of the notes for a holder who elects to convert its notes in connection with such a corporate event or convert its notes called or deemed called for redemption during the related redemption period, as the case may be. Interesting. So I think that's saying if they if this squeezes or something and they try to convert the notes, I think they'll have to pay a premium. I think that's what that's saying basically. GME did more volume, 10 minutes of pre-market than all last Friday, 320. What a spectacle. Weird man. I mean, if it's not obvious, I don't know. I know you guys are very like bullish on this stock and whatever. If it wasn't, I mean, also, I mean, first thing, if you go back and look at March 23, 22, some of the biggest volume times for GameStop, and look what date it is, March 28th, well, 27th yesterday. So, in general, March has always at least one big volume day, maybe two. So there's that. But I mean, think about it from the market's perspective. The market is betting against GameStop for this not to work. The market's betting. The market's not betting that GameStop's going to go to zero. They're betting that this isn't going to work. And in 5 years, GameStop is going to be stuck with a Bitcoin that's worthless. And they will only have, maybe 6 billion in cash. And that's what the market's betting on. The market's betting against this plan for, what 6 billion market cap on GameStop. I think they have 447 million shares. All right, I got to do 6 billion divided by 447. So the market's betting that GameStop's going to go around $13 in the next 5 years. And if that's not obvious, I don't know. That's what it is. That's literally what it is. So who knows? Market hates crypto. Just say it. I think this is gonna be great. I think this is a great bet. If it continues to go lower, I'm gonna sell all my Chewy shares and buy GameStop. And I will buy GameStop. I will buy GameStop the whole way down because this is the greatest bet in history. The fact that they're betting more against me is fucking fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for betting more against me. Please take it to 15, take it to 10, do what you gotta do. But this is going insane when they fucking, if this works. That's the bet. If this works, this is going to go insane. But the market is betting on it not to work. $40 call buyers on life support. We'll see. That's all I'll say is we will see. Oh, you're talking about the chat, dude. I don't care about him. I care about my position, and I care about the future of the stock. And so far, I mean, the market is betting against us. And I mean, I've been doing this stock shit a long time. I'm not a tinfoiler. I'm not a moon man. This is not the best. But if it works out, it's going to be the best. So, we'll see. GameStop may not redeem the notes prior to April 6, 2028. GameStop may redeem for all cash or any portion of notes, subject to the partial redemption. Trust the CEO. That's not what this play is anymore. If you think this play now is trusting Ryan Cohen, I mean, God bless you, but that's not the play anymore. The play is pray to God Bitcoin works out, or else you waste 5 years. GameStop may redeem the notes prior to April 6, 2028. GameStop may redeem for cash all or any portion of the notes and its opinion on or after April 6, 2028. If the last reported sale price of Class A common stock has been at least 130% of the conversion price for the notes, then in effect for at least 20 trading days during any 30 consecutive trading day period, including the last trading day of such period, ending on and including the trading day immediately preceding the date on which GameStop provides notice of redemption, at a redemption price equal to 100% of the principal amount of the notes to be redeemed, plus accrued and unpaid special interest to, but excluding the redemption date. If GameStop redeems less than all of the outstanding notes, at least 100 million aggregate principal amount of notes must be outstanding and not subject to redemption as the relevant redemption notice date. No seeking fund is provided for the notes. I don't really understand that part. I guess that's just the terms of the note. And I'm not really going to sit and try to understand it. Note holders will have the right to require GameStop to repurchase their notes on April 3rd, 2028, at a repurchase price equal to 100% of the principal amount of the notes to be repurchased, plus accrued and unpaid special... Okay, I see. An additional interest, if any, too, but excluding the repurchase date. In addition, if GameStop undergoes a fundamental change, as defined in an indenture that will govern the notes, then subject to certain conditions and limited exceptions, holders of the notes may require GameStop to repurchase for cash all or any portion of their notes at a repurchase price equal to 100% of the principal amount of the notes to be repurchased, plus accrued and unpaid special interest too, but excluding the fundamental change repurchase date. Neither the notes nor any Class A common stock issuable upon conversion of the notes, if any, have been or will be registered under the Securities Act or any state securities law, and unless so registered, may not be offered or sold in the United States or to or for the account or benefit of U.S. persons, absent registration or an applicable exemption from, or in a transaction not subject to the registration requirements of the Securities Act and the other applicable security laws. This press release is neither an offer to sell nor a solicitation to offer and to buy any securities, nor shall it constitute an offer, solicitation, or sale of any securities in any jurisdiction in which such offer, solicitation, or sale would be unlawful. Prior to the registration of qualification under the securities law of any such jurisdiction, there can be no assurance that the offering of the notes will be completed as described herein or at all. And whatever, blah, 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 blah. So, exciting stuff. Now, the only thing that makes me wonder is, the conversion rate. That's interesting. Very interesting. It's interesting that he offered, the stock was literally at that price 2 days ago, and that's the conversion rate. So, I don't know if that's a bad thing or not. It's kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. Let's see what this says. Wedbush has bullish estimate for GameStop Q1 earnings. GameStop Corp research analyst at Wedbush raised their Q1 26 earnings estimate for GameStop in a report released Wednesday, March 26th. Wedbush analyst M. Pachter now anticipates the company will post earnings of $0.08 per share for the quarter, up from the previous forecast of $0.03. Wedbush has an underperform rating at a $10 price. They changed that. It's at $11.50 now, as far as I'm aware. Consensus estimate of GameStop's current full year earnings is $0.08 per share. What? For their full year? They're $0.08? There's no way. Oh. Fiscal year earnings. That's 27. Oh, no. Okay, I was confused there. I see. I think it's $0.08 per share, possibly. I don't really know. Can't really tell. They like wrote this really weird. That was arbitrage trading. You guys are funny. You guys are funny. You're getting bet against by someone massive. You think it's arbitrage? It's the market betting against you. It's betting against this plan. It's betting that it's not going to work. The stock market hates crypto. It's pretty simple to understand, I think. It's not arbitrage. It's not manipulation. It's very obvious what's going on here. This is why I didn't want him to buy Bitcoin. This is literally why. It's my worst nightmare coming true. It's hilarious, actually. It's fucking hilarious. And everyone's so bullish on it, including me. I'm pretty bullish on it. I think it's going to work. I think it's worth the bet. This actually makes me more excited about the bet because now it's even crazier. But it doesn't mean it's going to work. And if you think it's going to work, I mean, I think it's going to work as well, but if you think for 100% fact that it's going to work, that's hilarious. Because there's a high possibility that we just kick our feet for the next 3 to 5 years, And Bitcoin, I mean, as long as Bitcoin stays the same price, it doesn't really matter. But if Bitcoin gets slashed 50% or more, I mean, it's kicking your feet. Kicking your feet for nothing. So, I mean, just be ready. That's all I can say. Be ready. Because you can be as bullish as you want, but the market does not agree with you. And it does, yeah. Good luck. That's all I could say. And good luck to me as well. And, let's see. What am I doing again? Oh, yeah. MicroStrategy's balance sheet. This is one thing I was thinking about last night. Whoops. I did watch some, like, Michael Saylor stuff and whatever. Seems like good stuff's happening. I mean, maybe. It's possible. Oh, never mind. I thought their balance sheet had more money on it. Never mind. I was going to point out something. I thought they had 85. Wait, that's liabilities. Current total assets. What is going on here? Oh, that's total assets. Okay. I thought they had more. I thought they had like 85 billion. But I guess that's the market cap. So, never mind. I thought they had 85 billion in assets. The market doesn't agree with you if you think this is a good move. That's all I'm saying. I'm still in the play. I still think the bet's amazing, but the market doesn't agree with you. And it doesn't agree with this move. For now. Till it works. Shocked since you ain't selling because you ain't Bitcoin. It's too late now. Too late to sell now. Had the opportunity to do it. And instead I was a moon man. It's pretty it was pretty obvious what was gonna happen, honestly. Pretty obvious. But I still think the bet's worth it. So, whatever. It's annoying, but what are you gonna do? You think I would have sell my shares? That's funny. If I was gonna sell my shares, I would have done it yesterday. You think I'm gonna sell them now? Yeah, that's not me, buddy. I don't panic sell. I sell when the time's right. I sell when the time is right, not now. Even though it's gonna... We'll see what happens, honestly. At this point, I don't give a shit. They fucked the play. If it works out, it's gonna be massive. So, they fucked the long-term, consistent, solid play for a YOLO that can potentially go insane. What would the stream become after GME? I guess it depends. Guess it depends. I don't even think about that, honestly. Sounds like your sentiment has changed dramatically. Oh, it has, for sure. But I'm still going to buy more shares. I don't care. The bet's obvious. The bet is obvious. It's just going to take a long fucking time, probably. But it's not as bad as I initially thought, because I thought MicroStrategy's balance sheet was 85 billion, and I thought it was similar to their market cap, but it's actually 3x the market cap, so that's not that bad. Like, even if this, like, isn't like a crazy move and it just kind of works, we should expect at least like double the market cap, so at least like 20 billion market cap. So either way, like it's not gonna like not work out, you know. There's a very high likelihood we just kick our feet for the next 5 years and the stock doesn't do anything. I think if this move does work out for GameStop, it's going to cause a huge wave for corporate Bitcoin investing. GameStop taking the risk early on would be heavily rewarded in time. Yep, that's the bet. It's either it works or it doesn't. But either way, I don't think it's going to, like, if it doesn't work, the shares should still be worth around this price in the next 5 years. But if it does work, I mean, the upside's pretty insane. So that's the only reason I haven't sold yet, is because other than that, I'm not interested in this stock anymore, really. I'm truly only in it for the bet now. I don't care about the company anymore. I'll be 100% honest. I give zero shits about GameStop. It's now 100% about the bet, and that's it. That is it. It's all about the bet now. They fucked it. They fucked it for me. They completely fucked it for me. When MSTR did this back in 2020, it made Citadel go long. I can't wait to see what happens over the next 6 months. I'm interested in who shorted the stock. Who shorted that yesterday? It was massive. Massive short. I wonder if we'll actually see it in the whale. In the whale wisdom. I can't believe it. I agree with the shorting. Yesterday was banned traders, hedging, bond not banned. We'll see. We will see. I have my money on the table still, so I'm allowed to have a negative sentiment about my play. I don't like this move, and nor does the market. And now we're being bet against. But being bet against is, you know, long term could be very positive. Like the upside for this stock is dramatically increased, you know. If this works, dramatically is increased the upside. But there's also a possibility like it just doesn't move. So, we'll see. Why are we not getting shorted today? I'm sure people are scared. I mean, bro, we're 40 minutes into the market. We'll see what happens. And also, you know, I'm sure the market's scared to short this still. Definitely, probably scared. But they're not scared to short it at 30. Who knows? Who really knows? Yeah, I was actually, I didn't research it last night, but I was under the impression MicroStrategy had 85 billion on the balance sheet, and their stock price was the equivalent of their balance sheet. So I was under the impression for a while that they were gonna re-rate GameStop back to, you know, what their balance sheet is. But I was wrong, so that theory isn't correct. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but the upside is massive. Absolutely massive if this works. I might not be happy about it, but I'm not fucking dumb, obviously. Oh man. Oh yeah, if anyone fucking watch I watched some Michael Saylor videos last night. They were actually pretty good. I'd watched this CoinDesk interview. This one's really good. Really good. But before you watch that one, watch the strategy earnings call. Watch, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? How come I didn't bring up their fucking YouTube channel? What the heck? There it is. So watch that CoinDesk one, but before you watch that one, watch it's this video. MicroStrategy makes historic Bitcoin announcement Q3 2024. And skip to the part where Michael Saylor talks about the Bitcoin strategy. It's very very eye-opening. It's very interesting. And then I think if you watch that one on top with the CoinDesk one on top of it, you'll get a pretty good idea of what's going to happen. Let's see this. Let's see a bearish opinion on in GameStop or the Bitcoin investment. Peter Schiff's, I don't know who Peter Schiff is though, but Peter Schiff slams GameStop Bitcoin investment, warns Bitcoin will fail as long-term corporate asset. I mean, that's the thing about Bitcoin though. It's not I mean, it is an asset, but it's more of a commodity as far as, you know. Michael Saylor makes a very good points about Bitcoin. Very good points. GameStop faces criticism from financial commentator Peter Schiff, who strongly opposes its Bitcoin investment. Schiff believes this corporate GameStop Bitcoin investment is an unsound long-term business approach and think Bitcoin lacks enough stability to serve as a corporate fund. Through a convertible debt program, GameStop invests in Bitcoin as part of its financial strategy to obtain funding for buying Bitcoin. This business directive follows the model used by companies such as MicroStrategy, which now use Bitcoin as part of their corporate financial strategies. Although Schiff openly opposes this corporate strategy, ex-users read in a recent post that GameStop experienced a momentary 15% stock price boost after investors became stirred about its Bitcoin strategy. According to Schiff, FOMO was the main factor that led to the stock price surge. I don't know about that. Like, the price went from $26 to $31 in literally 3 minutes. You think you think 3 minutes is enough for people to FOMO? I don't know about all that. Despite GameStop's declining stock value, he stated that shareholders who cashed out demonstrated sound judgment because the Bitcoin presence threatens investors who maintain their positions. I agree with that. Peter Schiff Bitcoin comment: skepticism toward Bitcoin. GameStop Bitcoin investment has the potential to revolutionize the gaming industry's approach to cryptocurrency. Schiff maintains his traditional mistrust of Bitcoin because of GameStop's implementation of Bitcoin investment. Expert doubts both the essential worth and investment lifespan of Bitcoin in regular markets. Bitcoin receives unfavorable comparison from Schiff because he considers gold a superior and reliable way to store value. According to Schiff, Bitcoin displays undesirable characteristics since it has high volatility and no fiscal support, which makes it unsuitable as a stable investment. Schiff advises repeatedly that Bitcoin will become worthless because it does not possess the necessary features which would support its value in the long term. Peter Schiff's Bitcoin warning has sparked controversy among cryptocurrency enthusiasts. What is this tweet? GME has lost all yesterday's Bitcoin-inspired 15% gains. Shares are now 2% over the 2 days combined. Now that all the fools have rushed in, smarter investors are selling as they realize that wasting cash buying Bitcoin is not a viable long-term business model. They're not even using their cash. But whatever. Regulatory and market risks of Bitcoin investment. Where did it go? Another main issue Schiff identifies with Bitcoin as a sustainable business strategy stems from the reoccurring regulatory ambiguities in the cryptocurrency markets. States worldwide maintain the implementation of fresh regulations and limitations on digital assets, thereby affecting their market value and public adoption. The uncertain nature of Bitcoin's market swings, together with the possibility of official legal interventions, creates a dangerous climate for firms wanting steady investments. Bitcoin functions in a shifting regulatory environment, which threatens its long term capacity to exist because it differs from established assets like real estate and gold. Uh, Whatever. GameStop Bitcoin investment is a bold move that could pay off in the long run. Traditional financial analyst Schiff disagrees with Bitcoin's proponents about the nature of investment assets in a way that demonstrates the fundamental differences between their financial ideologies. Bitcoin advocate Michael Saylor supports Bitcoin as digital gold, while debaters point out its valueless nature alongside wild price swings, which make Bitcoin ineffective for long term wealth protection. The debate about Bitcoin incorporation into corporate assets will continue because the market must decide if cryptocurrency can function as a corporate asset over the long term. The impact of the investment decisions on Bitcoin price prediction. The accuracy of Bitcoin price prediction depends on various market and economic factors. Several businesses decided to integrate Bitcoin into their business approach after Schiff issued safety concerns about Bitcoin use. What? MicroStrategy, under the leadership of Michael Saylor, has invested billions into Bitcoin as it promotes corporate Bitcoin adoption to other businesses. GameStop's decision to invest in Bitcoin demonstrates a forward-thinking approach to financial strategy. Yep. Saylor has been motivating GameStop to build up its Bitcoin holdings because he believes it will help the company achieve better recognition in the investment world. Yep, it will. Business and investment portfolio strategies regarding Bitcoin remain under scrutiny because different organizations implement divergent cryptocurrency plans. Supporters advocate Bitcoin as an anti-inflation shield and investment asset, but Schiff and other skeptics warn about its volatile nature and substantial financial uncertainties. In conclusion, Peter Schiff's recent remarks underscore his belief that investing in Bitcoin is not a sustainable long-term business model. Peter Schiff Bitcoin predictions have been accurate in the past, but the future remains uncertain. His critique of GameStop's Bitcoin strategy reflects broader concerns about the volatility and speculative nature of cryptocurrencies. As companies navigate the evolving financial landscape, the debate between traditional investment advocates and cryptocurrency enthusiasts continue to shape corporate investment decision. Okay. That wasn't that good, but I mean, it's very, you know, big money likes consistent upside with minimal risk. But if this works, I mean, GameStop could be massive. That's the bet, I guess. That's the bet. And even if it doesn't work, I mean, they're still going to have, 5, 6, 7 billion in cash in the next 5 years. So it's not like it's like that bad if it doesn't work. They'll have a fuck ton of Bitcoin, that's for sure. Pricing window for the bonds. I don't know. I don't know if that. I don't know if that's really why the. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, for now, short-term price action, who knows? But the market's showing you that it hates this. But I think the market also has it kind of overblown. I think it's pretty overblown, possibly. At least in the short term. It's kind of weird. MSTR, you say, tracks Bitcoin, yet MSTR has outperformed Bitcoin. Kind of interesting. I mean, the stock follows Bitcoin, but it's more volatile than Bitcoin. Like I said, go watch those interviews I talked about just a minute ago. You're going to understand MSTR way better if you just watch literally. I mean, if you just watch the earnings call one, you're going to understand it. The other one's just if you want more clarification, I guess, because it's a lot newer of an interview. And then he also did a panel on the digital summit that's okay. But I would say the earnings call and the CoinDesk interview is going to be your best bet if you want to understand the strategy. Strategy. Play the video? What video? I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even know who Peter Schiff is. I don't know how you guys know who he is. I don't really pay attention to analysts like ever. SCN round, then buy gold. We can get both assets. Nah, gold sucks. This is the best move if you're going to invest in anything, really. I mean, it's not the best move, but it has the most potential upside. If you just buy the S&P, like, that's boring as hell. That's boring. At least Bitcoin has, like, a potential future that's highly speculative, and anything's possible. The S&P, we know where it's going to be in the next, like, 10 years. It's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious what's going to happen there. I think one of the most compelling things Saylor said that I've watched probably like 3 to 4 hours of him, and I think one of the most compelling things he said about Bitcoin is how it's gonna, like, if it does become a thing, how it's gonna integrate with like AI and robots and stuff. It's kind of interesting when you think of the future of finance when you include like robots into it, robo taxis and things like that. But yeah, it's interesting how again, like, I understand why the market's so against it, but to take it down to the like balance sheet price, you're that confident? You're that confident in your short? That's it. That's a wild. Flipping bullish? Sure. I'm not bullish on Bitcoin. I think it can work. It's a bet, my friend. It's nothing more than a bet. And now it's even more of a bet than it was. Before it was pretty simple. I mean, now it's a real bet with real upside. I'm not bullish. I'm not bearish. I just have a bet on the table. Like I said, I literally don't care about GameStop anymore. I don't think. I'm pretty annoyed by this. But if it works, it's going to be massive, so that's all that matters. Let's see what this one is. Another analyst, but this one's bullish, I believe. What's Chewy at? Yeah. Is the market down as well? Oh yeah, damn, the market's down a lot. Interesting. I mean, that's not bad. All right, GameStop the world's largest known retailer in video game and gaming merchandise, has been advised by Kip Harriage, managing partner at a well-known investment newsletter and podcast called Vertical Research Advisory, to invest 2.5 billion of cash into Bitcoin. NYC puts restrictions on GameStop stock. Is that I've seen that, but I don't know if that's actually real. I'm just gonna skip that part. Supposedly the short selling was like crazy yesterday, and I guess there's a restriction. I don't think that's real though. Kip Harriage's proposed buying Bitcoin using the company's money to make. Let's see that. That doesn't make any sense. Why would they? Why would they use the company's money when they can just use these stupid bonds? Kip Harriage proposed buying Bitcoin using the company's money to make the company's financial situation a little more stable and improve its position in the market. I'm not even going to read this. This guy has no clue what he's talking about, apparently. Short sale restriction. A lot of people see quite a few things on that, but I didn't even know that's a real thing. Is that? Known as an uptick rule is process aimed at limiting short selling in the stock market. Goal is to prevent short sellers from pushing the shares of a company lower. Well, the concept of rule, blah, blah, blah. SSR rule restricts short sellers from piling into a stock whose shares have dropped by 10%. Once triggered, it becomes impossible for you to short the stock. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Small Fry. Thank you, Small Fry. Coming in here clutch every Friday, bro. Thank you, my friend. That'll go a long way. I need that. I need that, Small Fry. Thank you, Small Fry. Yeah, I'm glad your play worked out. I know you sold some shares, so I'm glad it worked out for you. Much love, bro. Appreciate you always supporting the stream every Friday. It's crazy. And I think you're here every day, just lurking. So I appreciate you, my man. I really appreciate you. I love this stream, bro. This shit's awesome. Did we grow at all? Or was that just a temporary thing? Yeah, we grew up. We grew a little bit. We picked up a couple extras. We picked up a couple extras. Nothing crazy. Was the MSTR success heavily due to the 2x in Bitcoin after they started these offerings? 2020 is a different time for Bitcoin. Bitcoin going up doesn't matter for this strategy. The point of this strategy is to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible in a short amount of time as possible. That's the play. The price of Bitcoin doesn't matter in this. It's to it's to literally make the balance sheet fucking nuts. It's to turn a, $5 billion balance sheet, which, in a 2-3 year period, if you just did the business and interest on cash, you would probably have 7-8 billion, probably seven, somewhere around there, or maybe six. I don't know exactly, six probably. Whereas if you're doing these convertible bonds, you might be able to turn the market cap or your assets. I shouldn't say market cap because who knows what the market cap's going to be. But you can turn your assets, into 10-15 billion in a 2-3 year period instead of, only 6 or 7. So that's the point of this strategy. The price of Bitcoin, who cares about the price of Bitcoin? It's all about stacking the balance sheet. You stack the balance sheet, the market cap goes up. Insider buying, it's gonna hurt whenever the hype dies down, we get back to it. I don't know what you mean by that. Roaring Kitty would post a meme during this live stream. I'm not worried about Roaring Kitty. This Bitcoin move changed everything for me, unfortunately. I still think it's gonna work, but my care is definitely very low. The caring really is low. Just saying, it's been a while. It's gonna be like coming back to work after a week vacation. Oh, I know what you mean. You're talking about like the actual insider buying. There just hasn't been any insider buying. Oh no, they updated it. There's insider buying now. For a while they weren't updating it, but they finally did. They added a bunch of new dates. But still, for this whole week, that's all you got? It's kind of weird. Stay Friday. Maybe we'll have to go through that. We'll probably go through that. Wonder how Kitty feels about Bitcoin. I'm sure he feels the same way I do. If you have any understanding of the market, the stock market, this is, the market. Stock markets or stock market participants are fucking boomers, bro. They're fucking boomers. They want nice, consistent, slow. Matthew Stegant, he comes in here every day. His boomer portfolio, down 1%, up 1%, down 0.5%, up 0.5%. That's what people want. They don't want fucking down 25, up 25. Like, this is I think it's gonna work, but in the short term, I mean, people aren't gonna like it. It's very That's all I can say about it. It increased our upside significantly, but who knows where it's going to the downside in the short term. That, you know, who knows? Who knows? Peace out, Siegel. Have a good one, bro. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, Jay Crispy. I don't know. I'm pretty annoyed with this decision, and even before this, I didn't care about memes. So now I even more don't care about memes. It's kind of interesting. And I mean, it seems like I don't know, man. I still think it's gonna work, but I just don't fucking care about this stock anymore. It's just a bet at the end of the day now. I don't, it's, that's all it is now. It's just a bet, nothing more, nothing less. The company GameStop doesn't matter anymore. We're betting on Bitcoin, not GameStop anymore. So, whatever. Whatever. Betting on Bitcoin. I mean, you're not even really betting on Bitcoin. You're just betting that this strategy is going to work and Bitcoin's not going to get slashed like 50, 60, 70%. But even if it gets slashed, I don't know if it matters that much. Because then they'll just do another convertible bond, raise more money, buy the dip. Still think they revive the business while implementing the strategy. I mean, they will, but it still doesn't matter. That's the business doesn't matter anymore. It's good for stacking cash, but that's not what the market's going to look at anymore. If the market cared about the business, it wouldn't have sold off 25% in a day. Because the business is just fine. It's interesting. Very interesting. And 95 million volume? That was fucking nuts. That's a lot of volume. But if you go to historical data on Yahoo, I mean, you can go on the chart too, obviously, but... Oh, what's up, Caitlin? Oh, I'm on strategy. Whoops. We go to... Let's do 2020. So 96.3 volume yesterday. The last time you had volume like that was I mean, besides the squeeze, you can't really count the May, June, I don't think. I don't think you can really count that. Because, I mean, that was a consistent, like, month of high volume for the most part. So, I think we just skip over that and don't really count that. So, the last time you had large earnings, or what large earnings? High, what is going on? Why isn't this, bruh? It reset my date. Come on now. I mean, November 29th, 2023, you had 61 million volume, but other than that, I think the last time was, which is hilarious, was in March 2023. Yeah, see, March 22, 2023, 66 million volume. Then it just goes back to trading like nothing happened. Kind of weird. And then and then you go a whole like even before that, you didn't get any like real volume at all. There's the stock split. You had a little bit in May right here. Decent volume. But yeah, then we get to March. 98 million shares, March 23rd. And this whole week of March was super large volume into April. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting how consistent the high volume is when you go and maybe it's the swaps, bro. It's the swaps. It's the swaps, bro. Oh, that shit. Fucking swaps. Shit's so stupid. But it is interesting seeing a consistent pattern like that. And then even I don't know if you can count 2021 though. Can you? I don't know if you can count 2021, but there's large volume in March 2021 as well. March 25th, 2021, 203 million. So, kind of interesting, but I mean that whole like first half of that year was pretty insane. And then 2020 had a lot of volume, but yeah, kind of weird. Just kind of something to look at. I don't know if it really means a lot or what. I don't know how to interpret it, but it's kind of interesting to look at, I guess. Volume today, 19 million. Nice. I guess. I don't I don't know. I'm so disappointed with this, so I'm sorry to anyone. I'm pretty disappointed, but it is what it is. At least the upside's higher, you know? I'll give it that. At least if it works out, the upside's way higher than it was before. So I'll give it that benefit of the doubt. But other than that, I'm pretty annoyed. Oh yeah, the volume profile yesterday is crazy, bro. Crazy volume profile yesterday. It was a lot different. It was a lot more filled. They kind of updated it, it seems like. Bringing the negativity in the chat today. I mean, I'm not happy with this move. So that's all I can say. Thinking I'll go back down money. Thoughts, anyone? I mean, I plan on selling on the way up as well, but around 25, 26. But I'm only going to sell, 50 shares at 25, 50 shares at 26, 27. If it goes higher, maybe I'll sell more, but I don't, I'm not going to sell my whole position. I'm just going to do a little, make another 2, 3, $400 and call it good. Just continue to do that. If it allows it, who knows? Who knows if and when we even go back there? Who knows? This week's a rough one, but I feel substantially better than I did this time last year. I don't care about the price. Like, honestly, I literally don't care about the price. It's the decision. The decision's annoying. Quite annoying. But I get it. Max Payne a bad word? Not really. It's just most people don't even know what that means. So I don't, that's all I can say about that. And a lot of people talk about Max Payne like it means anything, and I don't think it means anything, even if you do know what it means. I was disappointed because I think most people thought they were going to use existing cash for Bitcoin. Only way it works is if they X that cash a lot. I mean, I'm way happier that they're not using their cash. That gives you at least more downside protection in the long run. If they were using their own cash, I probably would have sold. I probably would have been way more annoyed than I am now. But since they're doing it this way, it's not as bad. I gotta block myself from being negative in the chat. I mean, I just won't read your messages if you say anything negative for the most part. So you can do whatever you want, but I just won't read it, and I won't interact with it. Because yeah. This is not a time for negativity. I don't really care. I'm already annoyed enough. I've banned a lot of people recently. If you didn't notice. Level 99 rage. I mean, as long as you know what it means, but I would never put any weight on that as a trader. I don't even think about that. I think Max Payne was yesterday. I think Max Payne's also a video game. Max Payne wasn't yesterday, then I don't know what Max Payne is. Serious day when Corey's not wearing his hats or glasses. I just took a shower and I didn't feel like wearing a hat or glasses. I didn't really sleep last night. I'm pretty annoyed. I'm pretty annoyed by this decision. I didn't even sleep really. Like I said, I still think it's gonna work. It's just annoying. Quite annoying. It's a serious day when Corey showers. Damn right. Super serious. It's affecting your mental health. You should really consider selling. That's funny. That's funny. That's a good one. You think I'm gonna sell for mental health? That's a good one. You think I care about my mental health? I don't. I'm ready to lose every dollar I have, my friend. Every dollar I have, I'm ready to lose. Mental health is not a concern. strike price 29.85 means for the bonds, that the price they're paying for? No. That's the price they'll get the shares at. Or, that's the price 5 years from now. As long as I'm it's at least as far as I'm aware. 5 years from now, if we're over that price, that's the price the investor will get the shares at. So it either means the stock's undervalued or the stock is overvalued. And I don't know, because that's a very matter of opinion. In depression before I sell. Take that, Kenny G. Yep. I mean, I won't get depressed over losing money. I don't necessarily care about losing money. I don't care. Like I said, I don't care about the price. It's the decision. I was very attached to GameStop as a business and very appreciative of what they were doing. And now I just don't give a shit. Now it's just, whatever. If it works, it works, and it's going to be massive. And I'm excited for that. But GameStop is the company, whatever. Fuck them. Bitcoin stop is what I look at it like now. Strategy stop. Corey entering the villain arc. Kind of. Kind of. This might be the villain arc. Maybe I'll get a Batman suit. Or a Joker outfit. I'll come to stream next week as the Joker. You know how I got these scars? I traded GameStop until all my money was gone. You know how I got these scars? I put his dick in my... I'll stop. I assume nobody's seen that Meat Canyon. I assume nobody's seen that Meat Canyon. Or not Meat Canyon. What's that podcast? I forget the podcast. What is it? I can't think of it. What is the podcast? There's a podcast. It's like, I think it's Tiny Meat Gang. I think that's what it is. Tiny Meat Gang, I'm pretty sure. And they had an episode when that last Batman came out, and it's so fucking funny, dude. I don't think I'd be able to watch this on live. I feel like I would get clapped. But God, this shit's funny, bro. The best producer deserves pleasure. Oh, that's some good shit right there. That's some good shit right there, bro. No, I'm a GME holder. I mean, eventually I'll get over it. Eventually I'll get over it and stop caring. Now it's really a long-term investment. Now it's a real long-term investment. I thought I mean, in some ways this could be better because like in my mind I thought there would be a point where GameStop like does transform the business and their eventual like income is going to cap at some point. So now at least there's no cap to the upside, I guess. The only cap to the upside is if, Bitcoin shits. So it's kind of I think it's going to work. Doesn't mean I don't like it though. Or it doesn't mean I like it. We the holding company business now trying to tell you. You're a Bitcoin holding company. You can you're a holding company that stacks cash and has interest on cash that hasn't been seen in 15 years and a possible transforming business. But you're now a Bitcoin holding company. You can say holding company all you want, but it's a Bitcoin holding company. The market doesn't see you as a Berkshire Hathaway. They see you as MicroStrategy. And I mean, that could be a good thing because the market likes MicroStrategy and the market likes this treasury reserve asset thing. I think it's just taking a lot of time. Or I think it's just going to take a lot of time for the market to realize that this is actually kind of a good decision. We live in a civilization if we're no longer interested in being civilized. Facts, kind of. Chicken and waffles on the dark side. That actually sounds really good. Zero budget stories. I don't know what that is. Zero budget stories, huh? Ryan Cohen should have did this a year ago. They'd be way up on Bitcoin. The price of Bitcoin doesn't matter. The reason why they're doing it now is because the business is profitable and they can hedge it. And do you realize, 3-4 months ago, whenever that was, literally the U.S. government like promoted Bitcoin? Like, Bitcoin is not the same as it was a year ago. It's a complete different environment. Completely different. What's up, Ape Heart? Hope you're doing good. They could offer more bonds and buy more stuff. Can't Ryan Cohen do that? Bro, go and watch those Michael Saylor interviews. They're not going to do that. They're going to stack Bitcoin, and that's it. They don't care about the SPY. They don't care about gold. They don't care about real estate. They care about Bitcoin because Bitcoin has the most potential upside in anything. Gold's trash. Real estate, pretty trash. The S&P, the S&P's the standard. You want to beat the standard. Real estate and gold doesn't beat the standard. All that shit's trash. They're gonna do more bonds, I'm sure, but they're gonna do it to buy Bitcoin. They're not gonna buy anything else. They're gonna buy Bitcoin and Bitcoin only. And they're gonna transform the business is still gonna get turned around. But who knows? Like, are they gonna keep the business? I guess we'll see. I'm sure they will. I wouldn't see why they wouldn't, but and then they'll stack the cash with the interest, which is cool, I guess. So they're still going to be making, potentially like 50, 100 million with the business and 200 million from the cash. And then you just stack the crypto to increase the balance sheet. Plus, they also changed that rule, the crypto holding rule. They used to value digital assets on the balance sheet at like the lowest possible value, but now it's market value. So Bitcoin on your balance sheet has way more value than it did about 6 months ago as well, or whenever they announced that. I'm not exactly sure, but I do remember them talking about that a long time ago. Ryan Cohen did this next year. People could easily be saying the same thing. Who knows? I think a lot of people's like focus is on like, is Bitcoin going to go 100K or 150K? I don't think that matters. I think the point of this is to stack the Bitcoin, whether, it goes to 40, whether it goes to 100. Like, I don't think the price of Bitcoin matters. They're looking at the potential like long term future of Bitcoin, like 50 to 100 years from now. They don't give a shit about the Bitcoin price right now. They're looking 50 years out. What is Bitcoin going to be 50 years from now? You think the price matters when you're looking at a 50-year fucking time frame? Nah. Definitely not. Unless they're going to swing trade it, but I really doubt it. I think the goal is to stack as much Bitcoin as possible in the most short amount of time as possible. I think it's possible shorts never close. I don't care. I don't care if the shorts never closed. No, I'm not playing a video. Bitcoin Coachella? What? At least you got Ryan Cohen Bitcoin conference interview to look forward in May. I don't know nothing about that. Bitcoin's not based on anything. They should swing trade it. It's rather that's the point. Your opinion is that. That's your opinion. That was my opinion for a long time. But when you're looking 20, 30, 50 years out, you don't know what Bitcoin's going to be. You don't know what it's going to be implemented with. You don't know what the price is going to be. You don't know anything about Bitcoin. Neither do I. And neither do the people who, like, are crypto bros. Nobody knows what Bitcoin's outcome is, and that's the bet. What's up, Nixie son? Yeah, I'm American. But, yeah, we'll see what happens. I really doubt they'll swing trade it, but who knows? I'm just waiting for them to start shorting GME more since they hated the Bitcoin move. Oh, they shorted it. 96 million shares in a day. They shorted it for sure. They already shorted it. if I don't know if that would, yeah, I don't know. That seemed very apparent to me. They shorted the fuck out of it. Dude, they're betting against this. They're betting against this already. There's a likelihood you don't see volume like that for a while. Unless the volatility continues, which, I mean, I'd be pretty excited for that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you'll see volume like that again for like another like year or something. I don't know. It's very interesting. It's a very interesting place we're in right now. You think they already closed their shorts? No, I think they added more. I think they shorted the fuck out of it yesterday. They're betting against this. And maybe maybe the bet, like I said earlier, maybe the bet's not for it to go to zero, but they're betting against this move. They think it's at least going lower. Doesn't mean it's going to. But I mean, if they're if that opinion is true, if the opinion of shorts never closed is true, I mean, it makes sense why they would short it again. Because how you know, if you truly don't believe this is gonna work, and you're stuck in this stock, short it again. Because if it's not gonna work, it's going to $15, $13. And then, then they close out the old shorts and good to go. At least, I guess that's how I kind of look at it. But who knows? I don't really subscribe to the tinfoil that the shorts haven't closed. I don't know. What happens if GME breaks 29.85, the price of the SCN prior to 2030? They can convert on April something 2028, so they can. But as long as it's above 29.85, they can cash out the bond for, even if GameStop's at $40-$50, it's an option. They get the price of the shares at 29.85. Will the shorts close? I don't know. Good question. I guess we'll find out. I don't think I mean if I'm right and someone truly just bet the fuck out of this stock, why would you sell if it goes to like if you think it's going to $13, let's say. That's probably about 60%, I would say. 60%. 18, so 8 or 30 minus 18, $12. So you're aiming for a 50 to 60% return on your short. If it goes to 40, I mean, what's that? I think you do 40, or no, you do 30 divided by 40. That's a 7% move. If it goes to like, is that 75%? That's 7. Wait, I don't know the percentage on that. Let's see. 30 times. I don't think that's right. I think I did that wrong. Bruh. Smoke Loco, I've seen. If you want to come in here saying some weird shit, I mean, you're in the wrong place. You're in the wrong place, my friend. Go say weird shit somewhere else. But anyway, 30 times, I don't know, say 15%. 4.5, so no. So if you're aiming for like 50, 60%, you have a pretty decent stop loss. Anywhere from $35 to $40 if you're a short. And, you could even ride that up to like 50, I feel like. If you do 40%, if you just want a one-for-one trade, I mean, you could take that almost to $50. So I don't think they'll close out immediately if it goes above there, but... And who knows if I'm right, It doesn't mean, just because I think they shorted the fuck out of the stock yesterday, it doesn't mean I'm right. It seems like it. It truly seems like it. When have you seen that? When have you seen that? That was massive. The last time you really saw anything close to that was January 14th, and the volume was nothing like that. So I guess if it gets above, 40, 50 and continues to climb, maybe they will close. But who knows if it's an actual short. And what happens if the stock goes to $10, $15 before that? They're gonna close the position. And then whatever. And then I don't know, like, I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna, I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't know if the market would re-rate GameStop like that. You're gonna take it down to like $15? I just don't see that happening. It seems very, very unlikely. Very unlikely. Even below 20 seems pretty unlikely. But I guess we'll see. Kenneth Matthew, learn to think for yourself, bro. That's all I can say to you. Where's my cap? I don't know what you're asking. I closed my JD position and moved that money in GME this morning. I'm in a deeper than I ever have been. Let's go. I was going to sell my Chewy this morning and go in GameStop, but we'll see what happens. Only time will tell if they close, but I'll keep buying as long as GME is still doing constructive business. Oh, they're going to be crushing. End of this year, they should have over 5 billion on the balance sheet, cash. And then I guess it depends how many convertible bonds they do. I was doing a lot yesterday, but from my estimate, once they complete this bond, they can do one more 1 billion, and that'll be like just under the 40% mark. So they should have, 5 billion cash, and if they do 2 convertible offerings, they'll have, around 2 billion, possibly over 2 billion in Bitcoin. So, that's pretty massive. Pretty massive. If they can pull that off in a year. And turn the business around. If they sell Europe, or if they sell Canada and France, I guarantee the business posts a profit next year. Even if it's a small one.